But also utilizing the space for efficient online order fulfillment.
Smart.
So you're basically getting the most out of every square foot.
Right, maximizing the space.
Yeah, you have that storefront where you can showcase your products.
Yeah. But you're also optimizing for the convenience of online shopping.
So how would this look in practice?
Well, I guess you can think of it like a showroom.
Okay.
Where you can browse the products, you can experience them firsthand, you could order online and pick it up in store, or even have the items shipped directly from the hub.
So it's all about that seamless experience.
Exactly. Blending the best of both worlds.
I like it.
All right, buckle up.
Okay.
Because we are about to enter the world of AI.
Here we go.
It feels like every other idea on this list
Right.
involves artificial intelligence in some way.
It's everywhere.
It's everywhere. And for good reason.
Absolutely.
AI is transforming practically every industry. So Zen Business highlights ideas like personal cybersecurity software, AI implementation for businesses, even custom content creation.
Wow.
I mean, it's clear that expertise in this area is going to be in high demand.
No doubt.
It really is.
Yeah.
And it's mind-blowing to me how AI is just creeping into every corner of our lives.
It's amazing.
It really is. And it's not just about developing these new AI tools, it's also about knowing how to implement them effectively. Yeah. Which brings us to Zen Business's School of the Future concept.
Okay, tell me about that.
They're basically saying that traditional education
Yeah.
needs to catch up.
Big time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We need to be equipping the next generation with the skills to thrive in this AI-driven world.
Absolutely.
So that means teaching them not just how to use the tools, but how to think critically about the implications,
The FS.
ethical considerations.
For sure.
So that raises an important question for you, listener.
Okay.
Do you think traditional education is keeping pace
Good question.
with these advancements in AI?
It's a tough one.
It's a big challenge
It is.
to bridge that gap.
It's going to be a lot of work.
It really is.
Yeah.
So let's shift gears a little bit next. Okay.
To healthcare.
Right.
This is an area where I see huge potential
Yeah.
for innovation. And Zen Business has identified a couple of key opportunities here.
Yeah. What are they seeing?
So they're highlighting two pressing challenges
Okay.
that also represent
Right.
significant business opportunities.
Yeah.
So those are the need for affordable elderly care facilities
Fortress?
and the opioid crisis.
Those are big ones.
Yeah, these are definitely complex issues.
Yeah.
But it's encouraging to see businesses
For sure.
stepping up to address them.
Absolutely.
So on the elderly care front,
Yeah.
the aging population is growing rapidly.
Right.
And with that comes a rising demand for quality, affordable care.
Absolutely.
And this isn't just about providing basic necessities.
Yeah.
It's also about fostering a sense of community and well-being.
Yeah. Quality of life.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
For our senior citizens.
Dignity and respect, too.
Dignity and respect, absolutely.
Yeah.
And I was really struck by this idea.
Of seeking state grants to fund an opioid treatment facility.
Interesting.
That's a really smart strategy
Yeah.
because it aligns with the government's focus on tackling this crisis.
Absolutely.
But more importantly,
Yeah.
it speaks to this growing movement
Accurate.
towards businesses that prioritize both purpose and profit.
Yeah, it's not either or anymore, it's both.
Exactly, I love that. So we talked about e-commerce,
Mm-hmm.
AI,
Yep.
and healthcare.
What's next?
Let's dive into some more specific tech-driven solutions.
Sounds good.
So Zen Business suggests a whole bunch of interesting ideas here.
Okay, like what?
From chatbot development
All right.
to a mobile MRI scanning service
Interesting.
to even a virtual doctor company.
Wow.
What's really fascinating here is that each of these ideas
Yeah.
targets a specific need within a larger market.
That's smart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It kind of highlights the importance of not just identifying a problem, but also
Right.
understanding those nuances of your target audience.
For sure.
So it's not enough to just have a great idea.
Right.
You need to know who you're serving
Exactly.
and tailor your solution accordingly.
Makes sense.
So, for example, they point out that a virtual doctor company
Okay.
would be particularly well suited to baby boomers
Interesting.
who are comfortable with technology and appreciate that convenience of remote healthcare access.
Yeah, they grew up with technology changing constantly.
Exactly. So it's smart targeting.
Yeah, very smart.
What else caught your eye in this section?
Well, I was really intrigued by the mobile MRI scanning service.
Oh, yeah.
That one stood out to
Say
me.
more about that.
Well, it addresses the issue of long wait times for scans
Oh, yeah. That's a huge problem.
by bringing the service directly to the patients.
Wow.
So that could be hospitals, nursing homes, even rural areas.
So it's all about making healthcare more accessible
Exactly.
and efficient.
More efficient, yeah.
That's a game changer.
Yeah, especially for people who have mobility issues.
Yeah. Or live in areas
Right.
with limited healthcare facilities.
Absolutely.
It's like taking the doctor's office on the road.
I love it.
Okay, so before we move on to the next set of ideas, let's talk about data.
What?
Zen Business brings up this concept of lean data,
Okay.
collection and storage, which I found really interesting.
Interesting. So what is lean data?
Well, you know, in this age of big data, we're drowning in information.
Right.
Companies are collecting mountains and mountains of data,
Yeah.
but it's not always clear what's valuable and what's just noise.
So lean data is about cutting through that noise.
Exactly.
Okay.
It's about being intentional and strategic
Yeah.
about what you collect and how you use it.
So it's not about having the most data.
Right.
It's about having the right data.
Exactly. It's about focusing on the data that actually drives insights
Makes sense.
and decisions.
Yeah.
And this ties into the growing importance of blockchain technology.
Blockchain.
Yeah.
Everyone's talking about blockchain.
Everybody's talking about it.
I'll admit, I'm still a little fuzzy on what it is
Yeah, me
and how it can be used.
Yeah. So think of it as a digital ledger.
Okay.
It's distributed across a network of computers.
Right.
And it's incredibly secure
Yeah.
and transparent because every transaction
Right.
is recorded and verified by multiple parties.
Okay.
So Zen Business highlights two specific applications
Right.
that I think have huge potential.
Right, where are
So those are supply chain transparency
they? Okay.
and real estate title management.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So break those down for me.
Okay, so imagine being able to trace the origins of your coffee beans
Okay.
from the farm all the way to your cup.
Wow.
Or knowing for sure
Right.
that the diamond in your ring is ethically sourced.
Interesting.
Blockchain enables that kind of transparency
Makes it.
because it creates a tamper-proof record of every step in the supply chain.
So it's all about building trust
Exactly.
and accountability.
Trust and accountability.
Yeah.
What about real estate title management?
Yeah. What about that one?
So think about the traditional process of buying a house.
Oh my gosh, so much paperwork.
Mountains of paperwork.
Weeks of waiting.
Weeks of waiting.
Yeah.
Potential for errors
Oh yeah.
and fraud.
Definitely.
Blockchain streamlines all of that
Okay.
by securely recording and verifying property ownership
Okay.
on a decentralized ledger.
I see.
So it cuts down on processing times,
Right.
reduces costs,
Yeah.
and minimizes the risk of dispute.
So it's like a digital notary on steroids.
Pretty much.
Wow.
And the key takeaway here is that early adoption of this technology could give entrepreneurs a significant competitive edge.
That makes sense.
We're still in the early stages of blockchain adoption.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of room for innovation and disruption.
It sounds like a gold rush for tech-savvy entrepreneurs.
It really does. But for those of us who are still trying to wrap our heads around all of this,
Yeah.
is there a simple way to understand why blockchain is such a big deal?
Well, at its core,
Yeah.
blockchain is about trust and efficiency.
Okay.
It's about creating systems
Right.
that are more secure, more transparent,
Yeah.
and more streamlined.
And those are qualities that are valuable in pretty much every industry.
Absolutely.
That's a great point. So it's not just about the technology itself.
Right.
It's about the principles that it embodies.
Exactly.
Okay, now let's fast forward to the future of retail.
Okay.
Zen Business suggests a couple of ideas that sound straight out of a sci-fi movie.
Oh, really?
Like what? We're talking about converting stores to a cashierless model,
Wow.
like Amazon Go,
Yeah.
and developing smart shopping carts that eliminate checkout lines altogether.
That's wild.
It's like something out of Minority Report.
Right.
Walking in, grabbing what you need, and just walking out.
That's crazy.
But how realistic is all of this?
Yeah, it seems like it would require a lot of technology.
It would require a lot of sophisticated technology, but the technology is already here.
Really?
Amazon Go is proof of concept,
That's her.
and other companies are rapidly developing similar systems.
Wow.
The key is to make the experience seamless and secure, both for the customer and the retailer.
Absolutely.
So I can see how this would be appealing to consumers,
For sure.
but what's in it for the retailers?
That's a good question.
Well, think about it.
Okay.
No more long lines,
Yeah?
no more cashier labor costs,
Right.
potentially fewer instances of shoplifting.
Interesting.
Plus, they can gather valuable data on
Yeah.
customer behavior and preferences.
It's a win-win.
It's a total win-win.
Yeah.
It's like taking the self-checkout lane to
Right.
the next level.
I like it.
Okay, now hold on to your hats.
Okay.
Because Zen Business throws in a few more intriguing ideas that I want to touch on before we wrap up this part.
All right, what else do they have?
It's like they opened up a Pandora's box of entrepreneurial possibilities.
Love it.
They mention hyper-local marketing for small businesses in increasingly saturated markets,
Right.
augmented reality analytics software
Okay.
to track user behavior in AR applications,
Interesting.
and all in one platform to simplify small business management.
I like that one.
The list goes on.
It really does.
So what are your initial thoughts on all of this?
Well, it's almost overwhelming, isn't it?
It is a lot.
The sheer diversity of opportunities out there. It's clear that technology is going to play a major role
Absolutely.
in shaping the business landscape of the future.
And it's not just about these tech startups either. These ideas touch on everything from retail, healthcare, to marketing and logistics.
So many possibilities.
There's truly something for everyone.
There is.
The key is to find that idea that resonates
Absolutely.
with your own skills,
Yeah.
interests,
Hey,
and passions.
For sure.
And to think, this is just the tip of the iceberg.
Oh, wow.
We've only scratched the surface of what's possible in the future of business.
I can't wait to see what else is on the list.
We'll be right back to continue our exploration of these fascinating ideas, and we'll delve into some of the more unique and thought-provoking concepts.
Right. Sounds good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's remarkable how many of these ideas are addressing like current needs,
Right?
while others are already kind of gearing up for the future.
Yeah.
Like take that wireless car fleet management company.
Yeah, that one really stood out to me too. It's like they're positioning themselves right at the forefront of the autonomous vehicle revolution. Like they're anticipating a world where owning a car is less common and transportation is more about managing fleets of self-driving vehicles.
Exactly.
It's wild.
It is, and it highlights the importance of not just following trends, but like anticipating where they're headed.
Totally.
Spotting those waves before they crest.
Yeah.
You know?
Speaking of future waves,
Yeah.
what about the marijuana testing and compliance company?
Oh, interesting.
Whether you personally agree with legalization or not, it's a growing industry.
It is.
And somebody needs to be ensuring the quality and safety of those products.
Yeah. And it's not just about testing either.
Right.
It's about navigating the complex web of regulations that surround the cannabis industry.
Oh, for sure.
As the legal market expands, businesses that can provide those compliant services, they'll be in high demand.
It's like a whole new frontier.
It is.
Not just for the cannabis businesses, but for the businesses that support them.
Right, exactly.
It's fascinating.
It is.
Okay, this next one might seem a little out there, but I'm strangely drawn to it. It's the online DNA pattern reading company.
Wow.
It's both exciting and a little unnerving to me to think that we could have access to personalized health insights based on our genetic makeup.
Based on our DNA,
What are your thoughts on this one?
It's a glimpse into the future of personalized medicine.
Right.
Imagine being able to assess your risk for certain diseases and take preventative measures based on your unique genetic profile.
It could revolutionize healthcare as we know it.
It really could.
It's like having a crystal ball for your health.
Right.
But instead of vague predictions, you're getting concrete data that you can actually act on.
That's a good point.
But as you mentioned earlier, it also raises some ethical considerations.
It does, big time.
Who owns that data?
Right.
How do we protect people's privacy?
Exactly.
How do we ensure equitable access to these services?
Those are all important questions that we need to address as this technology advances.
We can't just blindly embrace new technologies without considering the potential consequences.
Absolutely not.
It's a balancing act.
It is.
Okay, shifting gears back to more practical matters.
Right.
What about this idea of an all-in-one small business platform?
Oh, that sounds like a dream.
It does.
For overwhelmed entrepreneurs.
Imagine having all of your business operations streamlined in one place.
Okay.
Finances, inventory, marketing, customer relationship management.
Everything you need.
Everything.
Wow.
To run your business efficiently.
It's like having a virtual business partner.
It is.
Right there in your computer.
But isn't there a risk of trying to do too much?
Yeah, that's a good point.
Could a platform like that become bloated and difficult to use?
That is a valid concern.
Yeah.
The challenge would be to create a platform that's both comprehensive and user-friendly.
Yeah, you gotta find that balance.
You do. And it would require a deep understanding of the complexities of running a business, as well as some serious technological prowess.
So it's a tall order.
It is.
But if someone can pull it off,
it
could be a game changer for small businesses.
For sure.
Speaking of which, this remote worker integration company seems particularly relevant now.
Yeah.
Given the rise of remote work.
Absolutely.
Which the pandemic really accelerated.
It really did.
And it's not just about providing laptops and internet access.
Yeah, it's more than that.
It's about creating a secure and efficient virtual work environment, fostering collaboration and communication, and ensuring that remote employees feel connected and supported.
It's like being an office manager for the digital age.
Exactly. It's about creating a sense of community and belonging.
For sure.
Even when people are physically separated.
Which is so important these days.
It is. It's really interesting to think about how technology is reshaping not just the way we work, but the way we interact with each other.
Absolutely.
And how businesses are adapting to those changing dynamics.
It is fascinating.
Speaking of adaptation, let's talk about the hyperlocal marketing company.
Yeah?
With so many businesses competing for attention, how do you stand out in such a crowded market?
It's tough.
It is. It seems like hyper-local marketing could be a really smart strategy.
I think so too.
Especially for small businesses in saturated markets.
It makes sense.
Yeah.
It's about targeting your marketing efforts
Right.
with laser precision.
Okay.
So instead of casting a wide net,
Yeah.
you're focusing on a specific geographic area
Right.
and tailoring your message to resonate with that community.
So it's about building relationships with your local audience and becoming a part of the fabric of the neighborhood.
I like that.
It makes sense, especially as the shop local movement gains momentum. It's huge right now. It really is. Yeah. It's about connecting with people on a personal level. Absolutely. And creating a sense of loyalty.
It's about community.
Now, we've talked a lot about AI.
We have.
But Zen Business also mentions augmented reality.
Okay.
Specifically, an augmented reality analytics software company.
So what would that do exactly?
Think of it like Google Analytics for the AR world.
Interesting.
So as AR applications become more prevalent,
Right.
businesses are going to need to understand how users are interacting with their AR experiences.
Makes sense.
So this software would track user behavior, things like where they look, what they click on, how long they engage with different elements.
It's like having X-ray vision into the user's mind.
Exactly. You can see exactly what they're focusing on and how they're responding to the AR environment.
That data would be so valuable for businesses.
Especially for those looking to optimize their AR experiences.
Imagine you're a furniture store.
Okay.
Using AR to let customers place virtual furniture in their homes. This software could track which items they interact with the most, helping you understand customer preferences and optimize your virtual showroom.
It's like taking the guesswork out of product development and marketing.
Exactly. You're getting real-time feedback
Right.
on what resonates with your target audience.
That's powerful.
Powerful stuff.
Okay, we've covered a lot of ground,
We have.
but there are a few more ideas that I want to touch on before we wrap up our deep dive.
Let's do it. What else caught your eye?
Well, I'm intrigued by this aftermarket electric car part manufacturer.
Okay.
It seems like a niche market,
It does.
but with electric vehicle adoption on the rise,
Right.
it could be a smart long-term play.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
As electric cars become more mainstream,
Right.
there will be a growing demand for customization and personalization. Yeah, for sure.
So this company is anticipating that demand and positioning themselves to be like the go-to source for aftermarket parts that enhance the performance, the aesthetics, the functionality.
It's like the aftermarket world for car enthusiasts is getting a high-tech upgrade.
Exactly.
But I have to ask, with the rapid pace of innovation in the electric vehicle industry, how can they keep up with the constantly evolving technology?
That's a good question.
Wouldn't their products just become obsolete quickly?
That's a valid concern.
Yeah.
And it really highlights the challenges of operating in such a fast-paced industry. They would need to be incredibly agile, constantly monitoring industry trends, and adapting their product offerings accordingly.
So it's not for the faint of heart.
Definitely not.
It sounds like they need to be both gearheads and tech wizards.
Yeah, a little bit of both.
Always staying one step ahead of the curve.
But that's the exciting part of entrepreneurship, isn't it?
It is.
It's about embracing the unknown and being willing to adapt and evolve.
Exactly.
Okay, before we move on to our final thoughts,
Okay.
there's one more idea that I want to highlight.
All right.
Zen Business suggests an online service for DNA pattern reading to assess future health risks and personalize preventative measures.
So this one really pushes the boundaries
It does.
of what's possible.
Oh, yeah.
It ties back to our earlier conversation about personalized medicine. Imagine having access to your own genetic blueprint and being able to identify potential health risks before they even manifest.
It could revolutionize preventative care.
It really could.
It's like having a personalized health roadmap.
It is.
But again, it raises questions about data privacy and access.
It does.
Who owns that genetic information?
Right.
How do we ensure it's used responsibly and ethically?
Those are critical questions
They are.
that we need to grapple with as this technology develops.
Right.
It's not just about the science.
Yeah.
It's about the societal and ethical implications.
Right. It's about ensuring that these advancements improvements benefit everyone, not just a select few.
Absolutely.
Okay, so we've explored a wide range of business ideas.
We have.
From the practical to the futuristic.
From A to Z.
What are your overall impressions?
I'm honestly blown away by the sheer breadth of innovation and entrepreneurial spirit out there. It's clear that the business landscape is rapidly evolving.
It is.
And those who can adapt and innovate will thrive in the years to come.
I completely agree.
Yeah.
It's both exciting and a little daunting to think about all the possibilities.
Yeah.
But ultimately, it's inspiring to see so many people thinking outside the box and creating solutions for a better future.
It's really cool.
I mean, it really is remarkable how diverse these ideas are.
It is.
We've gone from AI-powered cybersecurity
to blockchain-enabled real estate to personalized health insights based on your DNA.
It's a lot.
It's a lot to process.
It is. It is.
And I think that's what makes this whole deep dive so fascinating.
Absolutely.
It gives you a glimpse into this vast landscape of possibilities that are emerging as technology advances and societal needs evolve.
And they're all intertwining, too.
They are. It's not just about technology for technology's sake.
No.
Many of these ideas are addressing real-world problems, finding creative solutions to improve people's lives.
Exactly. Like, take the concept of the opioid treatment facility funded by state grants.
Right.
It's a business opportunity, but it's also a chance to make a positive impact on a pressing social issue.
That's what I find so inspiring about this whole list.
I agree.
It's not just about making money.
No.
It's about making a difference.
It's about purpose.
It's about using entrepreneurial thinking to create a better world.
Couldn't have said it better myself. And I think that's what will resonate with you.
Yeah, I think so too.
These ideas are a call to action. They're an invitation to think creatively, to identify problems that need solving, and to come up with innovative solutions.
Find those solutions.
So as we wrap up this deep dive, I want to leave you with a question.
Okay, shoot.
Which of these ideas sparked your interest the most, and why?
I'm curious too. Was it the cutting edge technology, the potential for social impact, or maybe just the sheer novelty of the idea?
Maybe it was something completely different.
Yeah.
Maybe this deep dive inspired you to come up with your own business idea.
That would be awesome.
That's the beauty of exploration and learning.
It is.
It opens up your mind to new possibilities, and it ignites your imagination.
It really does.
And who knows, maybe one of these ideas, or one that you come up with on your own, will be the next big thing.
That's the exciting part.
The future is full of potential, and it's up to us to shape it.
Let's do it.
So go out there, explore, experiment, and create.
The world is waiting.
The world is waiting for your ideas.
For your ideas.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive into the future of business.
It's been a pleasure.
We hope you found it insightful and inspiring.